FIFA World Cup winner and 4 times Premier League top scorer, Thierry Henry has terrified opposing defenders for more than a decade. His brilliant career has seen him don the stripes of some of the most famous clubs in Europe, leading them to countless trophies and titles. He was born in Lehren, a tough and heavily populated district of Paris that offered him few childhood comforts. Despite, or perhaps because of the lack of important facilities in the neighbourhood, Thierry turned to football. In the mid-1980s, when he was just 7 years old, his display of potential prompted Claude Chazelle to draft him to the local club, CO Lehren. In 1989, he joined US Palaiseau, but left the year after when his father had a falling out with the club. This led to his move to ES Viry-Châtillon, where he was spotted by Monaco scout Arnold Catalano in 1990. Catalano was so impressed with Thierry's ball skills, he was recruited without a trial. After completing a course at the elite Clairefontaine Academy, he eventually joined Monaco's youth team in 1992. With talent and pace to burn, Thierry Henry made his professional debut for Monaco in 1994 at the age of 17. During his 5 seasons with the club, the young winger won the French Young Footballer of the Year, broke a French goal-scoring record and helped his club win the League One title. In January 1999, he was transferred to Juventus for a fee of around €12 million. Playing on the wing, he found it difficult to be effective against the strong and disciplined defence of Italy's Serie A. After scoring just 3 goals in 16 appearances, a mutual agreement saw him transferred to Arsenal less than 8 months later. He was reunited with former Monaco manager Arsène Wenger, and after a frustrating season in Italy, he was given a second chance to shine. Now playing up front, he failed to score a goal in his first 8 games, and the Arsenal fans began to question the hefty €12 million price tag. After conceding that he needed to relearn the art of striking, the Frenchman started to hit his straps and finished the season with a tally of 26 goals. Thierry's boot went on to lead the Gunners to the kind of glory they hadn't seen since the early 1990s. Having come so close to the Premier League title, as well as the UEFA Cup in his first season at Highbury, he made sure of Arsenal's success in the years that followed. His repeated tallies of 30 goals a season no doubt helped Arsenal secure the Premier League title in 2001-2002 and again in 2003-2004.
I think everyone will remember that in the year 2003 and 2004 a team stayed unbeaten, and the team in question was Arsenal. Thank you.
Aside from helping them to the 2 EPL titles, Thierry also played a dominant role in improving Arsenal's trophy haul in other competitions. In 2001-2002, they pulled off the double by winning the FA Cup, which they won again in 2002-2003 and 2004-2005. Throughout their winning streak, however, there was one title which continued to elude them, the UEFA Champions League.
No, just, since the beginning I wanted to win that competition, and obviously it is a fact. That's, the big thing missing on my CV and also Arsenal's CV.
After finishing runners-up in the UEFA Champions League in 2000, Thierry had another chance to claim the crown against Barcelona in 2006.
I think that playing the Champions League is always something special anyway. The fact that it's in France is great for me and for all the French. For Ronaldinho, it can also be special because he used to play in Paris.
In the final, Arsenal got off to the perfect start, scoring the first goal. However, 2 late second-half goals to Barcelona brought his UEFA Cup dreams crashing. The following season saw the striker battling against constant injury troubles.
There is no risk, basically, for his health or his medical problems. Just the risk that it gets a bit worse after the game again and that you start from scratch again.
Playing injured for the majority of the season, he still managed to score 10 goals from 17 appearances.
Well, of course, who would not need a world-class player to win a very important football match?
But in February 2007, the Premier League's top scorer was sidelined for 3 months with groin and stomach injuries. In June, it was announced that he would be transferred to FC Barcelona. His surprise move to Spain was welcomed with huge cheers and applause by the Barcelona fans that believed he was well worth the €24 million transfer fee. it was reported that Thierry had signed a 4-year, €6.8 million per season deal with the Spanish club. Allowed to keep the lucky number 14 he'd worn at Arsenal, he hadn't harmed his chances of snagging that elusive UEFA Cup by joining one of the world's most successful clubs.
I'm really pleased to be here. It's been a long chasing, if I can say, but I'm finally here and happy to be here, and can't wait to go out there and show what I can do to the fans and also to all the people who had a lot of confidence in me for coming here. So that's what I'm going to try to do in the next year coming, and hopefully I can, be a great asset for the team.
He scored his first goal for Barca against Lehren in September 2007, and his first hat-trick only 10 days later. He helped Barcelona to win 5 separate titles, including the La Liga and the Copa del Rey, but there was no doubt that winning the 2008-2009 UEFA Champions League meant the most to the Frenchman. After spending most of his career at Arsenal, Thierry Henry proved that he still had a lot to give by kicking 26 goals for Barcelona in 2008-2009. At the age of 19, and playing well above his years, Thierry Henry's form for Monaco had earned him a call-up to the under-20 French national team. Whilst there, he played well in the 1997 FIFA World Youth Championship, and just 4 months later, the young striker made his senior international debut against South Africa. Hitting red-hot form at the right time, then French coach Aimé Jacquet was so impressed with his playing, he was included in France's 1998 World Cup squad. Entering the tournament as a relative unknown, he continued to impress on the international stage. France were also playing above expectations and found themselves in the final against the much-fancied Brazil, after both teams got through the tournament undefeated. And in one of the great World Cup final upsets, France beat Brazil 3-0 with Zinedine Zidane scoring twice. Thierry, who finished the tournament as France's leading goal scorer with 3, missed out on playing in the final, but only just. Scheduled to go on as a substitute, a sending-off forced France to make a defensive change instead. In recognition of his World Cup achievements, he was made a Chevalier of the Legion d'Honneur, France's highest honour. On the evening of the victory, head coach Jacquet announced he would be quitting his position as head of the national team. Roger Lehren, who assisted Jacquet during the World Cup victory, would take over as head coach. Lehren enjoyed major success 2 years later, guiding France to victory in the Euro 2000 in Belgium and the Netherlands. France had made the final with a narrow win against Portugal after Zinedine Zidane converted a penalty kick in extra time. They then went on to defeat Italy in the final 2-1. However, Lehren proved to be inconsistent as a coach, and after France endured a crushing first-round exit in the 2002 FIFA World Cup, he was dismissed. Jacques Santini replaced Lehren in 2002. Santini was the former head coach of Ligue 1 side Lyon, who had just taken out the French Championship. That win augured well for his new job. Unfortunately, however, the 2002 FIFA World Cup was a disaster. Not only were France eliminated in the first round, they finished bottom of their group, failing to score a goal for the entire tournament and securing only 1 point in a goalless draw against Uruguay.
I'm really disappointed. I thought that we would make it into the next stage. Well, that's life. It will be the next time. Then, one cannot win twice in a row.
The French team travelled to Portugal in 2004 to defend their title as European champions. After the World Cup defeat, Euro 2004 gave them a shot at redemption. They started out strongly in the competition and easily advanced to the quarter-finals. However, tournament upstarts Greece knocked them out, dishing them a 1-0 defeat on their way to a historic tournament victory. Santini officially quit as coach of the national team immediately after the competition, although he had announced his intention to resign before the tournament. On On the 12th of July 2004, Raymond Domenech was the French Football Federation's surprise choice to succeed Santini as head coach. Becoming the third head coach since Aimé Jacquet had held the World Cup trophy in 1998, Domenech was given orders to get at least as far as the semi-finals in the 2006 World Cup. The French team went one better and made the final, where they were defeated by Italy in a penalty shootout. At Euro 2008, they were knocked out in the first round, effectively marking the end of their golden era, leaving them to focus on qualifying for the next World Cup. Despite hitting some lean times, Thierry Henry has also enjoyed a lot of success during his years in the national side, winning the European Cup in 2000, the 2003 FIFA Confederations Cup, and football's ultimate prize, the FIFA World Cup in 1998. With his football career blossoming at Arsenal, Thierry married English model Nicole Merry on the 5th of July 2003. The ceremony was held at Highclere Castle, a 6,000-acre estate in Berkshire, England. The loved-up couple also starred in a commercial together for car manufacturer Renault. They welcomed the birth of their first child, Taya, on the 27th of May 2005. After kicking his first goal since Taya's birthday in a match against Newcastle United, he dedicated it to her by holding his fingers in a T shape and kissing them. He and Nicole bought a family home in Hampstead, North London. However, after his transfer to Barcelona, many fans were shocked to hear the news that the golden couple was heading for divorce. In 2007, the French striker kept busy with a deal to become international brand ambassador for fashion label Tommy Hilfiger. This saw him featuring in the Hilfiger campaigns of spring and autumn of that year. All the proceeds were donated to his charity, the One for All Foundation, which aims to tackle racism and social inequality among the young and underprivileged.
You know, when you're young, maybe you have to do your stuff, you have to do your own name, you have to have your, maybe if I can say in bracket, your own fame, and then give it back. And I feel the need right now to give it back. And you said to me earlier on, you know, with the money that we're gonna generate for the foundation, I'm gonna try to build some schools. Maybe not here, maybe in Africa, maybe around my area where I come from.
The deal with Tommy Hilfiger included the production of a limited edition clothing line inspired by his signature style, and their partnership led to Tommy Hilfiger signing up as a sponsor of the One for All Foundation. Another of Thierry's sponsors, Reebok, featured him in their new marketing campaign with the slogan "Run Easy." As he was injured at the time, the slogan seemed somewhat ironic.
I'll be playing. I'm not injured, so hopefully that can make a difference.
Reebok's Run Easy video shows Thierry talking at the speed of chat. He has also been very active in the battle to combat racism in football. After years of being a target of racism himself, he started the Stand Up, Speak Up campaign.
It's an open world, there is no frontier, you know, Europe is going to be like one country soon, and it's, you know, that's how you have to move on with it.
Despite the campaign's progress, however, Thierry's Arsenal teammate Patrick Vieira has also suffered racist taunts.
Sometimes to talk about someone that is with Patrick or with Ashley, sometimes I was just amazed, you know, that you wonder, you know, what these kind of people are thinking. I think they actually don't love their club that much, because that's not a good thing to show, you know, about your club. Some people, the people who are doing whatever they are doing, sometimes to try to put black player or North African or Asian player out of their game. I just think at the time, you know, once it happened to us in Valencia, and they were giving stick, well, if I can say stick, to Patrick, you know, the monkey noises and stuff, and John Carew scored after, and they all cheered him up, and I was like, doesn't make any sense to me.
But when he criticised UEFA's stance on the problems in 2003, he ended up with a fine. In 2004, Spanish national coach Luis Aragonés was heard referring to Thierry as that black. It was Aragonés' words that inspired Thierry to form the Stand Up, Speak Up campaign.
And that's the main thing. You know, because I said to you, I could have gone like, you know, or everyone else, just said, oh, whatever, you know, I won't be around soon, so just like 5 or 6 years, you know, you just. But I hope they're gonna do something about the game, you know. And like I said, you know, so many players did it before, you know, the likes of John Barnes and did suffer with Paul Ince, and I'm sure Cyril Regis playing for West Bromwich Albion also must have gone through a lot of stuff, but they did help a lot, obviously, for the black players playing right now. So I just hope, even if it doesn't maybe change right now, but 10 years, 5 years, but at least you know in the time being that you were a player that you did try to do something.
Many people admire Thierry Henry as much for his charity work and anti-racism stance as they do for his exploits on the field. Over the course of his illustrious career, Thierry Henry has admired and been admired by scores of other top-flight players. For many years, he's been a fan of the playing skills of Italian star Fabio Cannavaro. After starting his career in 1992 for his childhood team Napoli, Cannavaro went on to become one of the most decorated defenders in the world. In 2006, he became the first defender to win the FIFA World Player of the Year award, as well as the oldest recipient. He's also the most capped player in Italy, playing 130 times for his country. The 36-year-old, who made his name with his fierce defensive and tackling skills, plays for Serie A club Juventus. Lionel Messi is a teammate of Thierry's at the Liga club Barcelona. Since arriving at Barcelona, he has taken the youngster under his wing.
For me, Leo Messi is the best player in the world right now. We could talk about Leo the entire news conference, but I think Leo's a phenomenon.
During his short career, Lionel Messi has been heralded as one of the best footballers of his generation. By the age of 21, he had received several Ballons d'Or and FIFA World Player of the Year nominations. Arsene Wenger was Thierry's coach at Monaco and again at Arsenal. He is Arsenal's most successful coach in terms of trophies and is also the club's longest-serving manager, having taken over the reins in 1996. Since he's been boss, Arsenal has won the Premier League 3 times, the FA Cup 4 times and the FA Community Shield 4 times. But perhaps his greatest achievement was guiding Arsenal through an entire season without defeat in 2004. Thierry's former national teammate Zinedine Zidane is an idol to millions, widely regarded as one of the game's all-time greats. Zidane has won countless individual honours. He's been named FIFA World Player of the Year 3 times and was also awarded European Footballer of the Year in 1998. The attacking midfielder played an integral part in France's 1998 World Cup and Euro 2000 triumphs. He retired from professional football after the 2006 World Cup. Thierry's former Arsenal teammate Patrick Vieira was another factor in France's 1998 World Cup and Euro 2000 victories. Vieira captained Arsenal from 2002 and was at the helm when Arsenal broke Nottingham Forest's record of unbeaten games in the Premiership. In August 2008, fans ranked Vieira the 5th greatest Arsenal player of all time. Vieira now plays for Serie A club Internazionale and has helped them to 3 Serie A championships. Fellow Frenchman Michael Pantini is the current UEFA president and was a star of the French national team in the 1980s before taking over the job as national coach for 4 years. With 41 goals for France, Pantini was the national team's top scorer until Henry broke his record in 2007. With superb playing skills and poster boy looks to match, Thierry Henry is a dream come true for marketing managers all over the world. In 2006, he became the spokesperson for Reebok and signed a deal to appear in their I Am What I Am campaign. President and Chief Executive of Reebok, Paul Harrington, felt that the French striker's global appeal would make him the perfect new face of the brand in Europe. His charity work and public stance on racism made him the ideal candidate for their I Am What I Am campaign. The role as Reebok's spokesperson not only required Thierry's services in television campaigns, he was also contracted to host a number of sponsored football clinics. He enjoyed working with young up-and-comers to improve their passing, dribbling, tackling, and got to share some of his vast football knowledge. The young participants were clearly thrilled to be learning priceless skills from one of the game's greats. Another of his sponsors, Gillette, had him appearing alongside Roger Federer and Tiger Woods in their Champions program. The ad claimed that the three were the best known, most widely respected and successful athletes competing today.
You know, it's just for me an honor to be here, really. I mean, on the same stage as Roger and Tiger, for me it's a privilege.
The campaign was Gillette's biggest ever sports marketing initiative. Over the course of his career, Thierry Henry has also been sponsored by Renault, the makers of the famous Va Va Voom advertisements, and Pepsi, who created the Dare for More campaign, which saw him starring alongside David Beckham and Ronaldinho. On the football field, he is reportedly paid an impressive €7.5 million per season for Barcelona. Teammate Zlatan Ibrahimovic earns €9.5 million, while young superstar Lionel Messi is the highest paid Barca star at €12 million. When it comes to trophies, Thierry has won a multitude of individual honours, including the Barclays Player of the Month on 4 separate occasions. He has also won the Premier League's top scorer 4 times, and in 2006 he made the FIFA World Cup All-Star team. However, one of his greatest honours would have to be his induction to the English Football Hall of Fame in 2008, joining football legends like George Best, Eric Cantona and Sir Bobby Charlton. As well as being voted into the Premier League season's Overseas Team of the Decade in 2004, he was also awarded the honour of being named in Pelé's top 125 greatest living footballers.
Unbelievable for me to be in that list, and obviously when you saw that Pelé has chosen, the 100 guys to be in it, it's like, more than unbelievable for me, because even to be sitting here by the side of Pelé is like a dream for me. That's the kind of thing that doesn't happen every day.
Over the space of his professional career, Thierry Henry has claimed over 40 individual honours, leaving him with a trophy cabinet full of treasure. Almost half of those accolades were earned in an incredible 2003-2004 season, the best of his amazing career so far. From his humble beginnings in the back streets of Les Ulis, he has grown into one of the greatest strikers in the modern era. He's won almost every team trophy going at club and international level, and now has his eyes on winning football's ultimate prize for a second time in a 2010 FIFA World Cup.